Okay, so let us see first, and we even have already started. And we means I just started with MongoDB as a from MongoDB with the bin folder, and then just type MongoD first, and again Mongo show DB. Yes, okay. If you want to create a new database, then how use? Let us create the name of that application itself as database. What is that name? Mean CRUD app. Mean CRUD app, and let it be we entered into that particular database, and let it be like this. But at this moment, and then now let us first see that output what we have just after typing the command of ng space new space. What is it? Mean to app or whatever you want. Sorry. Two command prompts right now. Let us open here. After typing the command of ng space new space mean to app as you have entered into mean to app, you just have to install the required modules as you want to work with the MongoDB at the same time Express, right? So I just type I already installed, but I just type the commands here npm space install space express hyphen hyphen save. This is first command. Then in place of express mongoose, and which is what you can say database of MongoDB. A mongoose is a library of MongoDB, and as we want to take the input and do the process from the form, so we require a request from the input elements. That is what we can say body hyphen parser. These are the three commands that you have to type as I have already kept ready. So let us open the time being. Okay, if you want to say ng space server, let us see that output and then we can move ahead. Let us wait. Once we see that output, then we'll start off first. We will set all the required modules and Express and MongoDB connectivity all at once place. At one place. So let us just wait. Once it is completed, we can start the coding. Right. Let us see now. localhost 4200. Okay, so now if we see to package.json file, dependencies or common compiler core, and we I did not added a Jasmine protector. One second. I mean, what are the things that we require means express at the same time. Uh, MongoDB, sorry, Mongoose. Let me do one thing. Let me just check in the Express. Yes, but why it is not installed? Sorry, but why it is not Express? It is done. Then MO Mongoose. Sorry, MON. Mongoose is not installed. I think. And let us check body hyphen parser. Yes, it is installed. Even I have done Mongoose also because the date, if you see, yes, 2 days ago, exactly after completing of our session, we have done. I mean, I have done. Let me check here. Map. Okay, maybe I have missed that Mongoose, but no problem. Let it be. Let us now first give preference to code. What we have to do means we just have to in the root folder create a server dot js. You can create anything, but mostly we give preference to server dot js only. And here, let us write that code var express and that equals to then I may express var path and that equals to require of path, then var body parser and that equals to require of body hyphen parser, and then var mongo add that equals to require of mongoose. Once we added that one, db URL with the mongo dot connect. This is already we have discussed previous right now. MongoDB colon local MongoDB colon 2 // localhost 27017, and we have created one database not just now. Mean crude app. Let us create the same. I mean write that same name. Mean crude app. Write a callback function with error, comma, then if err console.log of err, else console.log of connection successful to something we have. I mean something is connection successful to the DB with response. So with this we are done with the MongoDB connectivity, and then var app, and that equals to express, as we have already loaded that express, and then express constructor with the app dot use body parser dot JSON, the data which you can pass that we are saying. You can set a limit that should be in the format of, sorry, that should be to the maximum particular thing, maybe 5 MB or 2 MB or 3 MB, of course 8 MB, like this. So first we are connecting to the express. From that we are ready to take the data, and that data should pass in JSON format. If you want to make it limit, you can limit. At the same time, app dot use body parser dot URL encoded. This extended then. Now let us set the headers which we want to get the data into the web browser. Right now, I mean the output that should display in the browser in the format of different text by plain or text by HTML format, something like this. So we set that headers, which a data coming from a server as a response. We have to set that headers and get into the output. So app.use using a function. Here you can write request response and next response dot set header. These are default statements. You can just write as it is. Access hyphen control hyphen allow hyphen origin origin, and then this should be http colon two forward slashes localhost 4200. That is first statement, and a response that should set header access hyphen control hyphen allow methods. That is the data that should get put, that is inserting, that should post in the post method. Like this, we are going to write that methods, comma. What are those methods? We can say get post options put patch delete. These are all the things that we can write. And response dot set header access hyphen control hyphen allow hyphen headers. This we just writing x hyphen requested with content hyphen type. After all these things, the final point we can say response dot set header of access hyphen control hyphen allow credentials true. And with this, if everything done, and we just writing a middleware function next. Now, okay, let us now write a schema. Here itself we can write where the required, what you can say, fields we want to use schema, and that equals to mongo dot schema, and then where users, we just wants to make it simple with users data, users schema, and that equals to new space schema constructor inside this. Okay, I want to go with a name where a type and sorry, its data type string, and then we are just writing version key. Can just set it as a false. Schema constructor when next the nesting schema always declare the child schema before passing. We are just as we don't have any nesting schemas, that is connectivity tables, so we don't need to write any true. Then now var model and that equals to mongo dot model of users based on the user schema, and you are creating that name. So name of that schema and schema collection, and it's based on the true or false. We are just making it. Now you have to write that functionalities. What kind of functionalities? Inserting, finding, or deleting, or updating like this. So before going to that point, let us do one thing. App dot listen something port number, and you can say a function console.log app listening on port number 8080. Then to check it out, of course, we need to insert that MongoDB database. Sorry, MongoDB also right now, so that I will do it later. If we have some time, then we can do it. But anyway, we just give preference to the coding part at this moment. What we have to do after this means you can just type node space server.js. Okay, let me do one thing. Node space server.js. Okay, body parser and so on. And app listening on port number, connection successful to the object promise and object. So database is also connected successfully, and then now it will be like this connectivity. Open one more command prompt. And now let us create a common service, that is a common functionality that it can do all these actions. You even can also create a service or component or anything with the command we discussed with the manual coding right now. of course, how to create a what can I say comment the component using manual code, creating a folder something. We also can go with ng space generate space service. Okay, I just wants to write here the service name of that service is common, and as we are going to create a service, it even adds a specifications file. If you require, okay, you can leave it, or else if you don't want, you can just write like this. So ng generate service and the name of that service common, and we don't want spec two hyphens, not single hyphen, two hyphens, and that equals to false. And let us create a common service. I mean, it won't create any functionality. It just as we have given service, so it just have injectable functionality. Let us write. Let us wait. So let us do one thing. Hyphen C na. Unknown option hyphen C will search. Okay. Leave it. I mean, just make it right. It's created, and then now, so in the SRC app and the name, right? Okay, actually, we just try to not to create, but it's not an issue. Then now go to the common dot service dot ts, and injectable is common thing that we require a service, and along with this import http response headers request options from Angular HTTP. This is an totally an external thing that we have to create. I mean, we have to insert. I'm saying, and then import observable. But actually, RxJS from RxJS observable. One second. RxJS Okay. Import RxJS, add operator, and then map. Import RxJS, add operator, do. Then in injectable, we don't specify anything. We just keep it empty. And then now export class common service. And when we enter into the constructor, we just expecting something output in the format of HTTP, and that we are just writing and keeping ready with HTTP. Of course, once we install it, it will work. Then now here you can write, for timing I'm just writing save user method get user method delete user. Anyway, that we will be passing something ID right now to the particular user. That is, to do these methods, first you need to connect. I mean, through URLs, you need to connect to the methods. Where you can do it in server.js file. Here itself, you have to write app.post API, and then can write anything URL, save user, and writing a function with request, comma, response. And here you have to write the functionality of saving at the same time. Even you can also make it in editing also, both the things at one place, that we will write later. And then even for deleting app.post API delete user, write a callback function, the request and response. Okay, so, and we have one more in middle now, get method and get user. So we can write app dot, you can say get built-in method, and here you can say API and get. Here also make it small only. Get user function request comma response. So with these, you are connecting to the URLs where when you enter into the URLs, a service. Here, what we are going to do, we will be writing a, URLs from this getting a, sending a request and getting a response. Here, you will be passing a URLs where expecting a response, and that response should get from these functions. That both the things we have to write later, we will write later. And now just enter into the app.module.ts file first. So browser module, ng module, and we require now, as we want to work with the forms at the same time URL. So we require import HTTP module from Angular forms and component, sorry, what you can say, service we have added now. Import the name. What is that name they have given? When you created something, common service. So common service from common service.ts. Okay, and then imports, in imports place, okay, 1 second. Then service where you can write providers right now, common service. Now go to the HTML file because we want to ask the user to enter the details. So app.component.html. Let us make it, if we want to use any bootstrap thing, that is responsive what we want. Mm, then add in the beginning of index.html file. Then write a div class container div class row class col hyphen sm hyphen. In this place, we just give form, and in the format of a template form, we go with. Okay, and write a form, write a table, write a class table hyphen bordered, and then add user details called span 2. Then what are the things that we have given? I mean, in the model, I'd say schema, name, address, these two things for time being. So, okay, and we are working with the template form right now. So let me give something name, ID, and that equals to ng form, ng submit on save with the user, same as what we have done in previous user form dot value, and that should not be validated in the very beginning. So of course you can write anywhere no validate, and then now here we just wants to display is my form or else your user form valid. You can also say at last, but you can say now user form dot valid. It will give if the two things or all the details entered properly, it will be true. So then now write the name and input field. Input. So, and when we are working with an IV, we will be creating, or else you can say, let us do one thing. Okay, let us first write input name equals to that name, first type equals to input type equals to text name and value. Additionally, we are going to ask the user to enter even the ID also in the MongoDB that we can enter. So ng model, then in that case, make this one as an ID. Same way, make this as an ID. Anyway, it will create a MongoDB ID, but we also can ask the user to enter. Just we are adding, but we don't ask normally, it will be creating. So, and then name, input type text, okay, and name equals to name, and then name. And as it is required, because if you skip first one, it will be anyway creating an MongoDB or as MongoDB ID object ID, or else you can also insert your own ID. Then in the same way, let us write address also. Right here, what we have written address. So input type text name, then in place of name equals to write address. We are asking the user to enter the address. So write an address, and then let us create now a button. Input type submit. Here we will give a call directly or dynamically VAL button, val button. Here, because we want to make it something submit or edit, both the things at same place. Okay, and the further points we'll discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay, that further points anyway that we have to create a how to create a common service, right? The HTTP module and then that functionality, and we will discuss that functionalities everything in tomorrow's session. Okay, And if tomorrow we may try to make it, what you can say, if it is possible, we can try to make it up to even 1.5 hour also. Anyway, that we will discuss the rest of the points of module 3, sorry, this one, inserting. At the same time, the we have to even insert that MongoDB, Mongoose databases, sorry, Mongoose module also, right there. Okay then. Thank you and bye.